Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome, welcome. This is Tamaya Robles. I'm your credit expert. I'm the owner of my company, Fix My Credit Now, A50.com. I'm the host of my podcast, Coast to Coast Credit. I'm NAREV High Desert Chapter President out here in Victorville, California. What's good, y'all? What's good? Listen, before we get into the episode, I just want to say a million thank yous. Again, you guys continue to follow me. You continue to like my stuff, share my stuff, refer people over to me, and it's amazing. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the other countries across the world, okay, that are continuously downloading my stuff, listening to me, and supporting my crazy ass. I appreciate y'all so very much. Thank you. My referral partners are the people that are sending clients over to me. Thank you. I appreciate y'all as well. But anyway, I'm not gonna make this long. I say that all the time, and then I get to rambling. So hopefully I don't. But if I do it as a podcast, you know what I'm saying, and you don't have to listen. But anyway, look it. So lately, I'm getting more communication about you guys getting what lawsuits or something filed against you allegedly. You guys are getting the repo man knocking at your door saying some things to y'all, and you guys are freaking out. I did talk about this before, but I don't mind continuously talking about it because I understand some of you guys are new and maybe you guys aren't going back listening to my old work. But listen, when you are in this space with me, we're going to keep everything a motherfucking bean. Okay. First and first, mostly, if anyone is going to sue you, they're not going to do it electronically. They're not going to send you an email, a text message, telegram, fax. It doesn't work that way. They're not going to give you a quick phone call and be like, listen, you're about to get sued, or you have a date with the judge on such and such. It does not work that way. Okay. When you guys get these random text messages, please ignore them. Ignore them. Or what you can do is literally just say, I am not responsible for this debt. Once you start communicating, you give up tape, you give up some sort of information, and it may not be important to you, but it's important to the person that's scamming you, because at the end of the day, it's a scam. So you want to keep it short, sweet, and to the point. Okay. Hey, your debt with so and such is due, past due. We're going to see you in court. You get that in a text message. Respond to them one time and one time only. I'm not responsible for this debt, period. And then let it go. Now, if that entity or individual, because you really don't know who you're dealing with, then if they continue to respond, if it's an actual business, if it's a legitimate business, if it's a legitimate collection agency, then they can be sued strictly off of that. They're not supposed to continuously call you. They have to also acknowledge and state that they are a collection agency or that they're here to collect the debt. If you're not getting that verbiage, cool. Say your little statement, send it off, and let them keep talking to themselves. Okay. You do not need to respond. Even if they send an automatic text, that's a violation. Okay. We can sue them. We can sue them. All right. Please do that. What you guys need to be focused on is not being scared of the law. I understand it leaves a funny taste in our mouths, like, oh, we got to go to court. You don't have to go to court all the time. In certain situations, you really don't have to go to court. Things can be done and settled and resolved, usually with documentation, depending on the situation. But if someone is truly going to sue you, you will get court documents from the court, not from the individual directly, unless your jurisdiction or state says it's okay. Okay. If you're unsure, you guys, Google is your friend. Look it up. Look it up. And fact check Google, fact check GPT. If you have to contact an attorney, please do so, because every state is different. The laws are slightly different, but for the most part, you're not going to get a lawsuit via text message. Like, let's cut that out. Let's not be scared. Okay. Another thing, let's talk about these repos. Same concept. If you owe them people that car because you haven't been paid, then after usually 3 months, depending on your loan, you do go into default. You wind up getting a repossession, or they start the repossession process. Please understand, every jurisdiction is different. They have their own special laws when it comes to repossession. However, from what I've seen, and I deal with repossessions all the time, they are not supposed to disrupt the peace. Meaning, they are not supposed to, when they're coming to repo your car, they can't be arguing with you, they can't be fighting with you. You can call the police. They are not supposed to bring the police to your home or to your location or involve the police in any way, shape, form, or fashion when it comes to your repossession. Okay? If you have a garage on private property, put your car there. Okay. If you utilize it and all that, and you're trying to work things out when it comes to your repo, but you're still driving the car, stop leaving the car on public property. Stop leaving it in your driveway and put it in your garage. If you don't have one, you need to be creative. Be creative. Be creative. I don't know what to tell you. But there are certain rules that have to be followed, and if they're not followed, then you can sue. So one thing that I'm very well known for is getting repos removed off a credit report. I've told you guys time after time. I've had 2 repos at the same time on my credit report while I'm trying to buy a house. I got them removed in 30 days. I don't play them things when it comes to a repo. Okay. The reason why I get them off so quickly is because I know what to say. I know how the law is supposed to go in that state when it pertains to a repo. So I send my little letter, and I showed you guys, check out my old YouTube channel and type in repo. And what will come up is me giving you a full breakdown on how to get a repo removed from your credit report expeditiously. Okay. But that's what I do. And I've put down everything that they did wrong, how the process went in the states that I lived in, except for maybe one. Anytime there's a repossession, you have to send me everything via certified mail. You can't just pop up to my spot and take my car. No. And if you do, I can sue you. I can sue the truck driver. I'm suing everybody and their mom. I said it before. I'm going to say it again. Now, if you take it, you take it. Now, if you're okay with being sued, then fine. Now, as far as what I was concerned about, I didn't have the car. They went through the whole repo process. Some of y'all still have your car. We can get into that as well. Again, it depends on what's going on in your jurisdiction and how you want to handle it. But I pulled up the fact that they never notified me that they were taking the car. It doesn't matter that you owe. I think what you guys have to understand is you're focused on the wrong thing, which is fine. It makes sense. You buy something, you have an agreement, you violated the agreement because you didn't pay. It's on your credit. Boom. Understood. Not saying they can't do that. Everybody can do that. Just like you have rights, the creditors have rights as well. However, you are still protected heavily as a consumer. Therefore, if a debt is owed, there has to be a certain way, depending on the type of debt it is, that it is presented to you, how it reports on your credit report. There are so many steps that need to be followed and followed properly based off of certain laws. And then you have federal laws, and then you have state laws, you understand, that do protect the consumer. So to counter that, most people don't even know this is a fact and that they have protection, whether they owe or not. Okay. So because of that, a lot of the times the creditors play on that. So what they'll do is they'll say, you better pay us or else. You better pay. You owe us money, pay us or else. If you don't pay us, then we're going to court. Take me to court. Threaten me with a good motherfucking time. Please do. And here's why. Because you did not follow all the necessary steps that you needed to take before you took my car. And it doesn't have to be just with a repo. It could be any debt I owe. You didn't follow proper procedures. You didn't follow the FCRA. You didn't follow the FDCPA. You didn't follow just the basic law, the consumer rights. I know my rights. You didn't follow any of that. And now you're talking about taking my car or keeping this repo on my credit report or taking me to court. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it. I'm here for it. I'm down for all the shits. I'm outside. Okay. I'm outside. You have to have that same energy because what you need to do is divert their attention from how much you owe to the fact that you guys this whole time have been violating my rights under the FCRA. You know what this is kind of like? This is kind of like being the toxic boyfriend or the toxic husband, girlfriend, wife, whatever. You're toxic now. And I don't know if you ever talked to somebody that fucks with you or has played you, whatever. You thought they were cool. You thought they were a friend of yours and they're saying some slick shit and you're addressing the slick shit like, yo, how you talked to me was foul or what you said about me was foul. I didn't like it. And their response is to talk about something else that you weren't even fucking on. You're not on that type of time. That's how you gotta be. And now that they're on some other shit, and this is not the point you were trying to address, now the main focus is on their point instead of your point. That's how you gotta handle these creditors and these repos. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I owe you money. Yeah, I get all that. I know you're coming to me like, hey, you owe us money. You violated your contract. I get that. But what I'm going to say is, yeah, but you violated though. Like, I know I owed you, but did you have to put it on my credit report like that? Like, I know I owed you, but you didn't properly warn me 11 times saying that I gotta fucking pay you. You just took my shit. You just took my car. I don't like that. Oh, I owe you $80,000 for this Lexus. Oh, I get it, but listen. You didn't talk nice to me. You didn't. I don't like how you talk to me. And because you don't talk to me nicely, I don't feel as though that I want to actually pay you. And I'm going to tell on you and I'm going to sue you. And I'm going to let the courts and the judge know that you weren't very nice to me. That's how you got to be with these creditors. You know what I'm saying? You got to be the toxic friend, alleged friend. You know what I'm saying? You got to be the toxic so called whatever boyfriend, girlfriend, right? Who pretends that they got your best interests at heart. Because if you ever notice the letters that they send you, hey, you are a great client. We don't know what happens. We would love your business, but you owe us $50 million for your car or for that loan we gave you, that line of credit. Okay. All you got to do is either pay the whole thing or pay half now and half later this $50 million. Okay. Love ya. You got to respond the same way. You know what? I loved you too. But the way you handled the situation, the way you handled the fact that I owed you $50 million, I don't like that. So I'm gonna let the creditors know. I'm gonna let the courts know. Matter of fact, let me see your arbitration agreement. Okay, what does that say about how you should be treating me and how you should be letting me know about this $50 million that I owe you? That's how you gotta be. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be two toxic motherfuckers at the same time. You're toxics. You want to fucking give me a loan with this high ass interest rate, knowing that I couldn't afford it. I gave you my income. I gave you my credit report, motherfucker. You know I wasn't supposed to get this loan, but you're faking it till you make it. I'm gonna fake it till I make it. But now that I'm not paying you, now you want to put my back up against the wall, fuck my credit up, come to me looking for my repo, threaten to call the police when you can't even do it because you think I don't know, but I do know. You can't call the police on the repo, bitch. You're gonna fuck up the peace. Yeah, you can't argue with me. You can't argue with me. And let me tell you a little something else when it comes to repos, okay? If you do catch me out on the street and you do see that publicly, that car that you are hired to repossess is out there and you see me out there, if I say, get away from me, do not repo my car, leave me alone, you gotta go. Because now you're disturbing the peace. You understand? Y'all need to check y'all little state and state laws. It really does protect you. But we're so fearful. We got to stop being scared. Don't be scared of them people. Don't be scared. Initiate lawsuits. Don't wait for the lawsuit to come to you. If you know that your car is about to be repossessed, let me tell you something. On your credit report, they're going to say it's charged off or it's repo. You're going to see the repo status kicking in. Once you get to like 120 or 150 months of missed payment or days of missed payments, yeah. Start getting your paperwork together. Join my school community next level credit academy. I got all the paperwork and documents that you need. You send that little piece of paper off. Bet you won't hear from them. Bet you're going to owe whatever you're going to owe, and you keep the car, and they might even give you the motherfucking title and cancel you. They don't want that work. They don't want that work. Stop being scared. Okay, you guys, stop being scared. Collections, charge-offs, repos, those original creditors, yes, they do have a right to report, but they also have to approach you in a specific way. If they do not approach you in the way covered under the law, whether it's federal or state, go ahead and sue them people. Now we're not talking about what I owe you. We're talking about how you're dealing with me, and I don't like it. I'm a consumer, American, U.S. consumer. Make it right. Get the fuck away from me. Remove the debt. Waive it. Wipe it off all my credit reports. Matter of fact, give me some money. Okay, give me some money for fucking with me. Okay, if not, I'm gonna see you in court. You don't want the big judge to know what you did, and you can counter all you want. Be sure to join my school community. Okay, Next Level Credit Academy. It's in the description, and I literally show you communication between an attorney and I on behalf of a client. Okay, I know the law. He knows the law because he's an attorney. And he's going to say, oh, because you're not an attorney, I am not going to speak with you. I don't need to. And I said, oh, okay, not a problem. So now you're going to renege on our agreement. You were supposed to pay this man $5,000, wipe out his debt, delete his account from all credit reporting agencies. But because I'm not an attorney, which I don't have to be per the federal and the law, the state law, in your state, I don't need to be an attorney. You're gonna renege. Okay, cool. That's not a problem. Do your thing. See you in court. Because now that $5,000 that I was demanding that we agreed to over the phone, that of course naturally I recorded because it's in my client's file. Now it's going to turn to $15,000 if we have to go all the way to arbitration. I ain't heard a peep from that attorney yet. Okay, you don't want that work. Y'all stop being scared. It's okay that you get notifications that you owe a debt. You owe the motherfucking debt. Let's keep it a beam. Stop lying. Let somebody stole your identity and somebody else decided that they were going to get cable in your name. They're going to get a car in your name, which happens. Well, I'm dealing with a case now. Okay. Unless all of that is happening, that's your motherfucking debt. Stop acting like it's not. Stop having these consultations with me like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? They did. Ain't nobody do shit to you. You did it to yourself. Now, how they talk to you as you owe the debt is something different. And that's where I come in. All right. But let's not be scared. Don't be scared of the man. It ain't one of them. You're not really going to court most of the time. And if you started bullshitting or you didn't know better until you heard my podcast and you already got wage garnishments and all that, listen, I got you too. Because even when they do wage garnishments, right, they still have to do it in a certain way. They still have to report it every month. It has to be accurate on your credit report every month. So if you got the wage garnishment, I'm trying to drop a dime, man. Listen, I hope y'all are listening. If they still do wage garnishments and they're not updating your credit report every single month, letting y'all know. Okay, cool. Hold on. My I'm getting verklempt. Hold on. Give me a second. Sorry, I talk so much. My throat. All right. Anyway, but yeah, if you are already getting wage garnishments and they're not updating your credit report, okay, that's a violation. And guess what? You can sue, reverse that shit, put the thing down, flip it, and reverse it. Okay? And sue and get the wage garnishments wiped out, canceled, deleted. All right, wiped off your credit report and still get some bread. Get your money back. Come on. Come on. Stop being scared, you guys. It's okay. Yes, you owe money. Yes, you fucked up. Redirect the room. We started off over here, but we're going to talk about here. Okay, we're going to talk about here. And here, I don't like how you were talking to me. I don't like how you're treating me. I'm an American consumer. Like, am I right? What's up with the privilege? Us as Americans, respectfully, especially white privilege, we're going to all put our little white privilege on. How dare you talk to me like that? Oh my God. Of course I owe you, but who cares that I owe you? The fact that you're talking to me like that, I don't like that. I'm going to sue you. I'm going to fucking sue your ass. That's how you talk to the creditors. That's how you talk when your car is about to get repoed. I told you to get off my fucking property. I'm going to call the police. Watch the motherfuckers disappear. Matter of fact, what's the name of your towing company, buddy? Let me look it up to see if you're even allowed to tow in this state. Whoever sent you, whoever hired you, let me see if they're even legally allowed to hire you to pick up my car. I know my rights, buddy. Mm-hmm. We're all going to be privileged white people. We're going to be Karens out this bitch, okay? Fuck them lawsuits. Don't be scared. Yes, it's your debt. Have them focused on how you were treated, okay? Don't worry about a text message. That's dumb. Say what I told you to say and move on. Don't worry about the emails. Say what I told you to say and move on. Worry about what you're actually getting in the mail, an actual lawsuit. In certain states like Louisiana, them sheriff people come to your spot and they put the shit on your door. Not a problem. Don't get shook. Respond to them people because they're only going to give you a short time to respond. And your response is you want to countersue. And when you countersue, you're redirecting. Y'all are talking about this, but I'm talking about this. I'm talking about this, okay? And this overrides that. That's why I'm able to get deletions, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it's not about deletions. We got to talk about that in another episode. We're not here about deletion. Anybody talking about deletion 2026 ain't a G for real. Not in the credit world. We want to dispute. We want to sue. And we want to get paid. Okay. Of course, when we sue, you're going to get the deletions through there and the debt waivers. We want debt waivers. Because I might still want to fuck with you after that. You know, in toxic relationships, we go through it together and then we get back together. And then I fuck with you, you fuck with me, we separate and then I come back. Yeah. Yeah. Stop playing with me, y'all. Stop playing. Anywho. Hopefully this helps. I appreciate you guys. I've never done a podcast this early. You guys don't know what time it is because the time will be whatever I release this. But child, this is early. This is my morning glow. Okay. You caught me at a good time. But anyway, I appreciate you guys. Hopefully this was helpful. Leave some comments, message me. You know what I'm saying? You guys are catching me on a humbug. Personally, talking about my little podcast. I appreciate you guys so much. I'm gonna be me. Take it or leave it, get down or lay down. You know what I mean? I wish you guys the best of luck on your credit repair journey. I will talk to y'all later.